for Republican energy policy. They don't have a path forward. This was their chance to engage meaningfully on energy policy, to set the tone for a new Congress where we'd work together to protect American energy interests, and instead, they're reduced to defending their oil and gas interests and attacking President Biden's successful efforts to use the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to lower gas prices for Americans. And I've said, as before, Republican administrations, Republican presidents have released oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in the past. I'm sure that if we had a Republican president now, they'd be heralding the fact that he released oil from the reserves in order to bring down gasoline prices at the pump. I wanted to mention again this letter from Secretary Granholm, our Energy Secretary. She states her department's position on the bill. According to her, this bill would severely restrict or threaten the administration's ability to respond to emergency situations, such as the emergency supply shortage from the one triggered by the war in Ukraine. So this bill would not only make it so that gas prices go higher, but make it more difficult for us to address supply problems. The Secretary identifies, in my opinion, irrefutable terms, the Biden administration's successful use of the reserve to lower gas prices for Americans. Now understand, what this bill does is it says that it prohibits the Department of Energy from releasing oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve until it expands oil and gas drilling on federal lands by the same percentage that it releases oil from the reserve. We've said before, my previous speaker, Mr. Soto, pointed out that the fossil fuel industry already controls large portions of U.S. public lands and waters, and it isn't using most of it. The problem is not a shortage of leases or land. The problem is the fossil fuel industry more interested in keeping supply artificially low so that prices stay artificially high. They don't want to pump oil, because if they do so, then the gas price goes down. And that's not what they want. They want to make greater profits. So I ask my colleagues, please, the House Republicans are doing the bidding of their big oil friends at Americans' expense, while threatening the president's ability to take timely actions to lower prices for American consumers at the pump.
Good afternoon, friends. You could be one of the millions of Americans that can still claim at least one more federal relief check. Lawmakers have announced that many people do not realize they are eligible for another stimulus payment. But friends, there is a deadline to take action by. It is an easy process to claim this relief. So make sure to watch until the end of this video, because I will be sharing with you everything that you need to know. Also, I will be giving away 2 Walmart gift cards in a video later today. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, all you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos. Do make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. It is hard to imagine anyone walking away from a few $100s or even possibly $5,000 or more. But plenty of working individuals lose out each year on a valuable tax credit, simply because they don't usually file a tax return. Many are not required to file because their incomes are so low that they are not obligated to file a tax return, so they do not usually bother. But many would qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit, which surely would make all the tax time hassle very much worth it. Many people might not realize that they qualify for a key tax credit. If you're earning very little money, for example, you don't have to have children to qualify for some money through the Earned Income Credit. And some first-time parents may not know that they are eligible. The average amount of Earned Income Tax Credit received nationwide in 2022 was about $2,043. The tax refund could be used to pay high heating bills, pay down credit cards, cover a major home repair, buy a car, or even save for the future. The Earned Income Credit is fully refundable, which means that even workers who did not earn enough money to have taxes withheld can receive hundreds or even thousands of dollars in a tax refund because of the Earned Income Credit. Many lawmakers are trying to build awareness of the tax credit driving home the point that the extra tax money is valuable to struggling families and others. Priscilla Perkins, president of the Accounting Aid Society, said people may be reluctant to file a tax return because of misinformation. While many people who have very low incomes are not required to file a tax return, she said they should file one to claim important tax credits that can help pay bills. The dollar amount that households receive will vary significantly and depend on your pay, filing status, and the size of your household. You also need to have worked in 2022. According to the Internal Revenue Service, families with an income under $59,100 and 3 qualifying children may qualify for the maximum earned income tax credit. Single taxpayers who meet income and other requirements also qualify for the credit. According to experts, if you haven't filed your taxes in years, you can still do so and claim the credit retroactively for up to 4 years. So friends, definitely make sure to take action and claim this credit if you haven't done so already. The 880,000 residents of Maine are eligible for the state's next round of relief checks, should receive them by the end of winter. These payments add up to most of the $473 million heating aid bill that was passed by the Maine legislature and signed by Governor Janet Mills. The 880,000 residents of Maine who are eligible for the state's next round of relief checks should receive them by the end of winter. These payments add up to most of the $473 million heating aid bill that was passed by Governor Janet Mills and the Maine legislature. It also includes money to complete a round of $850 checks from last year that did not fully go out due to a funding issue. The program is based on 2020 income tax returns, and Mainers do not need to take action to claim these checks. The terms are the same as they were in the last round. Checks will go to single filers making less than $100,000 and those filing as heads of households making less than $150,000 a year. For couples who file jointly, the cutoff is $200,000, and each filer will receive a $450 check. The first checks should have been mailed by late January. The state of Maine is estimating that all payments should be out by the end of March. Also, this is faster than the last round, which passed the legislature in March and began going out in June. This is because the parameters of this program did not change compared to then. Well, my magnificent and marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this afternoon. My friends, thank you so very much for being part of this community and for joining me here daily. To show my appreciation to all of you, I'm doing weekly giveaways. Please, friends, make sure that you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed day.